Welcome back to the channel. Just decided to take the bike out, not doing much. Got another DJI Action 5, and if I sound slightly different, it's because I upgraded my microphone. Or if it sounds worse, it's because I haven't tuned this microphone yet. So I was running the DJI Mic Mini, and now I have the DJI Mic 3. The Mic 3 is the same size as the Mic Mini, but apparently the range, the frequency range on this Mic 3 is much better, as well as the wind reduction technology has been completely revamped. So this video is kind of acting like an audio test. So if you're watching this, it means it wasn't too bad. But the coolest part about this is I now have another camera again, which means I can do shots like this, where I can kind of flip back and forth between different perspectives. Because I always had a lot of fun with that. You know, flipping back and forth, looking at me versus looking at the bike. I also have another camera mount in the mail that's meant to go on a handlebar. And if I do end up using that, that means the cell phone mount's got to go away. If I do end up using that, it means that this cell phone mount will end up having to either completely go away or move. So I'm gonna maybe try to figure out how to move this down here. I don't know if there's enough room for that, but we can try it anyways. But yeah, I don't got any plans for this video. I'm not going anywhere in particular. Just thought I'd take the bike out. It's like 38 degrees right now, so pushing 40, and it's a Saturday, so I'm not doing anything. So I talk about it quite a bit on this channel with the local weather. I know it's kind of lame, but to a motorcyclist it's not lame, because a lot of what you do is dictated by the weather. So you tend to, on a motovlog, you know, at least in the Pacific Northwest, where we have what you would call chaotic weather patterns, you tend to talk about it a lot. And we actually got snow. I mean, it's way up there, but we still got some. And I figured this ride is also going to be kind of a good little test for these hand guards, because I am wearing my winter weight gloves, and it's the middle of February. Or sorry, my middleweight gloves. I'm not even wearing the winter gloves. And so far on this little ride that I'm going on, these hand guards are kicking ass, taking names. So I figured it was worth bringing up. But now that I think about it, I think I have the wrong ND filter on. I have an ND16 right now on both of these cameras, bike cam and helmet cam. And as I'm kind of judging the cloud cover, I don't know if that was the right choice. We'll find out when I edit this footage later this weekend. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see the DJI Mic 3 versus the Mic Mini, and pairing it to the camera has already been a different process from the Mic Mini, and it seems like there are quite a bit more features on this microphone, so hopefully I will be able to get all of that squared away before the next couple of weeks, because we are, and I'm going to bring you guys along with us, but Rob and I are 100% going. Hopefully we can get Connor, and he's a maybe right now, but we're going to go to the Spokane Motorcycle Show. It's an annual event in Spokane, Washington. The one time that Rob, Connor, and I all went, it was a blast. There was an indoor motorcycle show, the motorcycle show itself was all indoors, but in the back parking lot they had a big stunt show, and it was really, really cool. But my favorite part of that whole thing was the bikes. I mean, there was, I mean, obviously the bikes, but the sheer volume of motorcycles that they had jam-packed inside of this building was pretty impressive. And it was just a lot of fun. It was indoors, which is good because Spokane, and it's in March. It's in the middle of March every year, but Spokane, Washington, in the middle of March, I mean, it's still pretty damn cold. But Rob and I are going to ride the bikes over, so we're going to be, I mean, I know I am. I don't know about Rob. Rob is a crazy person sometimes when it comes to weather, but maybe Rob will get bundled up, but you'll see me. I'll be bundled up worse than that kid in A Christmas Story. I get cold really easy, and I don't know why. You know, my ancestry is like Irish and Norwegian, and both of those countries are very cold in nature. So it doesn't really make too much sense that I don't deal well with the cold, because you would think that I would be great with the cold weather. No, not even a little bit. Maybe it has something to do with I don't know. I almost got hypothermia in Afghanistan. Well, I know that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it's the mountains. Yeah, like I said, guys, I don't really have a plan with today's video. This is testing out dual cameras again, and testing out the new microphone. Pretty excited. Obviously, with the riding season coming up, I got a little bit of a surprise for you guys. It's not suspension, but I am going to be installing well, it's like a full set, but it's a pretty cool set of parts that I got currently in the mail, coming for shark bait here. And I hope you guys will like it. I know I'm going to love it, because I picked it out and everything. But it's going to be badass. I'm going to do a step-by-step install video for you guys. It's going to be pretty cool. So hopefully that'll be the video after this one. A couple of things coming up in the short term for the channel. Like I said before, we got the Spokane annual motorcycle show. We got a couple of cool parts coming for shark bait here that I will be doing an install video on. And then riding season's here, boys. So I will be spending a lot more time on the bike and a lot less time in the garage. I will try to do like maybe every third video, try to do a garage talks video. We'll see how those do, but pretty excited for spring to get here. But anyways, back to what I was thinking of. This ADD thing is a killer. So, sitting there in my garage, just ordered these really cool parts for the bike, and I'm basically, like I said in the top 6 Harley modifications video, outside of suspension, I'm basically done modifying the bike. Like with all the things that I set out to do, the goal for this build, I've basically hit all of the things. And so a part of me just wants to call it good as good, but what the hell am I going to do next winter Let's see if this guy's paying attention. So another part of me thinks, oh, what the hell am I going to do next winter when I can't take the bike out? I got to do something. So I am currently working on a list of topics that I want to cover in a series of garage talks. So I'm going to call it Project Garage Talks, and that will be debuting winter 2026/2027. But battered throughout there, I'm sort of coming up with the game plan on a couple of things that I could get for the bike. One of which I know for a fact I will do, but I am going to wait until next winter to do it. So winter of like Christmas 2026, if you will. And that is the Thrash and Supply top tree and gauge relocation kit. There's a couple of reasons behind it. First and foremost, it's going to bring my gauges up, and it'll be a lot easier for me to see these gauges with that new kit. As well as it looks amazing, looks awesome, gets rid of this plastic trim and gauge bezel, setup, which doesn't look the best. And now that with these bars in there, it really doesn't look OEM. So I'm pretty excited about that. But the second reason I'm going to be doing that is because it's content for the channel. It gets me some install action going on next winter. Why not, right? So that'll be coming Christmas 2026, give or take, at some point, as I can't ride the bike anymore. I'm going to order all the parts probably at some point this summer, but you can look forward to that install video. I have been getting a little better at install videos, if I don't say so myself, but that one will be a fun one. But that brings me to my next point. What do you guys want to hear me talk about? I've talked about everything in the garage, from motorcycle culture to I've touched a little bit on motorcycle clubs and club culture. For those of you who don't know, I was in a motorcycle club for a little bit. Of course, a non-1%er club. I was active duty military at the time, and the club I was in was it was a veterans club, law abiding. Had a good time, but there was more negatives than positives, which is why I stepped back and stepped down and turned to my cut-in and did all that stuff. But I've talked about Harley modifications, Harley alternatives. I've talked about being a father and a parent, and haven't really talked too much about being a husband. Not really much to say there, other than that my wife's amazing because she lets me do all this jazz. And I wouldn't even say lets me, but supports my obsession with motorcycles, even though she really doesn't like them. Man, this bike rips. But yeah, so I mean, it's not like I'm running out of shit to talk about. I'm actually pretty good at talking off the top of my head, but I'm interested to hear what you guys think, what you guys would like to hear maybe my 2 cents on, or things of that nature. If you guys have been dying to hear any motovlogger talk about a very specific subject, or a part you don't like or a part you do like, let me know. Drop it in the comments section below. If I like the topic, I'll definitely bring it up and I'll give you a shout out. But yeah, it'll just kind of be one of those things. And if no one really has any topics that I haven't already covered, or you guys want me to go more in depth on, then we can just move on, and I'll try to come up with some stuff. Oh yeah, I hate this squirrel brain stuff. So also coming soon, I've done a review on the handlebars here, and that video did very well. The Thrash and Supply, my thoughts video on it. I will be doing that same style video for every part I've put on this motorcycle. Now, some of the parts that I've put on this motorcycle aren't going to be, I mean, the review videos aren't going to be as lengthy due to the nature of the part, right? Like, I can talk for an hour and a half about these handlebars, but I can't talk for an hour and a half about these mirrors. You know what I mean? So bear with me. Some of the review videos I might review 2 products in the same video. It might not every product is going to get its own video, and I hope you guys understand that. But the product review video that I will be working on next is the Bassani Road Rage 3 2-into-1 exhaust on this motorcycle. The review might surprise some of you, it might not. If you're a good friend of mine and I work with you and your name is Robin Connor, and you already know how I feel about it. But yeah, so stick around and pay attention for that one. That will be coming out in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, so just sit back, enjoy the ride. I'm just gonna kind of putt around, and then we'll call it a day. I really appreciate you stopping by the channel, seeing what I got going on. This week, it ain't much. Waiting on some badass parts. Super excited. Waiting on the weather to get a little bit warmer. It ain't too bad today, but I might be riding to work using old shark bait here to commute back and forth sooner than I had originally anticipated this year, which is super exciting for me. But again, I really appreciate you guys stopping by and watching my videos. You guys take it easy. Remember to like, comment, and do all the subscribing and all the stuff. You guys keep the shiny side up and the rubber side down. I'll see you guys when I see you. Take it easy.